Mega upload. Mega upload.
Hello everyone, Del21 here. Gonna do a quick log. It's supposed to rain today, but it's not supposed to rain until like 5. I think it's like 12 right now, or 1, or 11. Hell, I don't know. I don't know what time it is. I just finished looking at it and I don't know what time it is. Oh my god, I think I just saw it on water. I'm pretty sure I just saw it on water. Anyway, topic. I have 2 coworkers. One got their bike before me. A supervisor got their bike before I got mine. He got a ZX6R naked. I think honestly, it looks more like it's a 650, but it says on the side of it ZX6R, ZXNR is what it says. But anyway, my other coworker, he's the security guard that works there at Marshall Durbin. He's got him a bike. I think I don't know what he's got. I know he's got a 600, but I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a Gixxer or what it is. But anyway, he's got one too. But the topic that I want to talk about is weatherizing your bike. For like new riders, definitely new riders, or someone that's never had a bike before, or even people that's had bikes for a while and just never really winterize their bikes because say like you live down here or where I am in Mississippi, the weather typically doesn't drop on a yearly basis. Every now and then the weather will drop to maybe around freezing, but I'd say the lowest, I don't know what the lowest has been, but typically it doesn't drop too low, where it's more around hot most of the time, year round. But even if you don't weatherize your bike, alright, people, okay, like, look at a police car. But like there are exceptions to this rule. Like, thank you. Really, absolutely grand. You are perfect, idiot. But like there's exceptions to this rule. Like Lauren Jennifer, Morty F13. What's going on up here? I don't know. But anyway, like Lauren Jennifer, Morty F13, I am Ramekin. I don't know if Wilkes89 does. I don't know if he does it. They're like exceptions because they ride their bikes. I know Lauren Jennifer rides her bike like during the winter and in the snow, so she doesn't have to weatherize her bike. Like my well, the security guard guy, he hasn't had his bike long enough, but one of my foremen's, not foreman, but one of my supervisors, they've had their bike plenty long. Like I say, he got his before mine, and I got mine in June. Please get off me, Corolla. But, anyway, he's only rode it. He's only rode it like a handful of times, and well, he's rode it more. Well, it's more or less a handful of times, but he doesn't. I mean, he doesn't ride it every day, so he rides it every. It has to be like extremely warm for him to want to ride it. He won't ride at night. It has to be warm and it has to be dry, completely dry for him to ride. He stopped riding it for, I'd say, since sometime in September. And I brought up to him about have you weatherized your bike? He didn't even know what it was. For those of you that don't know what weatherizing your bike is, alright, weatherizing your bike is basically setting your bike up to where you're not going to ride it for a long period of time. Alright, like if you're not going to ride it for a week, you don't have to weatherize your bike, but you do, it is kind of recommended that you at least go out there and give it a crank every once in a while. No, I'm not saying go crank during the day. Just crank it up at least once. Like what I do, even if I don't ride my bike, at some point during the day, either before I go to work or when I get home, I start the bike and let it warm up to its operating temperature, give it a couple of revs, and then just shut it off. But like I know what the procedures are pretty much relatively the same, if not the same. But like for this bike, hold on. For this bike, the procedure for weatherizing is drain the oil, bleed the gas tank, and you don't have to bleed the tank. You can put stable in it, but it is recommended that you bleed the tank. And when you bleed the tank, you run stable through it, and you run the bike until it runs out of fuel. Well, you prime it until it's all done, and then you run it until it runs out. That way you have no gas in the system, and you have no oil in the system. And I don't know about the brakes. It doesn't say anything about the brakes, but I don't think you have to do anything for the brakes. But like if it was in the further up in the in the States, I'm pretty sure there's something you have to do with the brakes. But I mean, there can't be too much of anything other than you might have to